We have an unbelievable story here about what Republicans are doing in response to the Democrats' gun sit-in. The Hill reports, a conservative-leaning ethics watchdog group filed an ethics complaint on Monday against House Democrats who participated in last week's sit-in to push for votes on gun legislation. The Foundation for Accountability and Civic Trust filed a complaint with the Office of Congressional Ethics calling for an investigation into multiple Democrats fundraising over the sit-in and using official resources for political purposes. Okay, so I have so much to say about this. First of all, yeah, you want to know why things were being done with a, quote, political purpose? They're politicians. What the fuck did you expect them to do? I don't want to be like a politician here, so I'm not going to be like a politician. No, but they are politicians. And in this case, this is a rare instance where they happen to stand up and do the right thing. He's like, look at this, exploiting things for a political purpose. Yeah, trying to fix a problem. There's a political problem, and they're trying to come up with political solutions. The fuck is the problem? There's no problem here. But they say words, buzzwords, like, yeah, that's bad. They make their Republican buddies angry. Oh, you're acting like a politician. Because they're fucking politicians. Like, what's the issue here? And also, they're filing an ethics complaint. Because Democrats are standing up and saying, you know what? 32,000 gun deaths, or more, actually, every single year when you tally up homicides and suicides and accidents and everything. That seems like a little much. You know, maybe we should do some kind of moderate, vanilla gun reform here to tick down those statistics and the gigantic massacre of human beings that we have in America every single year. And these goofballs are like, I have an ethical problem with that. Do you really? You have an ethical problem with an attempt to save lives with good policy reform. Could you imagine if it was 32,000 people killed by Muslim terrorists in the country every year? Would the right-wingers say, I have an ethical problem with you trying to do some sort of policy reform that would fix said problem? No, the opposite would be true, right? They'd say, oh my God, if you're not doing anything about it, you have an ethical problem. It's the same thing for this. If you want to sit around with your thumbs up your asses while 32,000 people die every year unnecessarily, the one with the ethics problem is you. How do you not see this? But the best part, I didn't even get to the best part yet. They say, oh, well, we're obviously going to call an investigation into multiple Democrats fundraising over this. Oh, no, you didn't. Do you really want to have that conversation? You know, the Democrats protesting here, trying to get policy reform for guns. Grotesque. Somebody looking at their fundraising. I smell a conflict of interest. Oh, do you now? I smell a conflict of interest on the other side. In fact, I have some facts on that. Let's take a look at it. For everybody listening on the live show and you can't see it, we have NRA donations to GOP senators up for re-election this year. These are people who voted against even just background checks. Just background checks. Okay, Kelly Ayotte took $7,450 from the NRA. We have Roy Blunt. I'll just give you the rough numbers here so we don't spend forever. Took about $1.4 million. $1.4 million, goddamn. John Boozman, we have him taking $61,000. We have Richard Burr, $805,000. Mike Crapo, which is an awesome name, $52,000. Chuck Grassley, $114,000. So, isn't it amazing how they flip everything directly on its head? Everything's just flipped on its head. They go, oh, the Democrats are trying to do the right thing and get fucking background checks because we have a slaughter fest every year in the U.S. because of guns. I question their integrity and I want to see their fundraising. I smell a conflict of interest. No, the conflict of interest is with you. You guys take money from the NRA. The NRA takes money from gun manufacturers. The gun manufacturers are giving the NRA money and giving you money because there are strings attached to that. The idea is, I'm giving you this money, but you got to make sure to slap down any and all gun reform. Anything that would cut into my profits even a little bit, slap it down. So when over 90% of the American people, including a majority of Republicans, say we want universal background checks, they fucking slap it down anyway. And understand, there's even a difference between the leadership of the NRA, who take the money from the gun manufacturers, and the membership of the NRA. The members of the NRA are actually much more reasonable. Even they say, yeah, universal background checks. What the fuck is the problem? There's nothing wrong with that at all. But the leadership of the NRA, they're in cahoots with the gun manufacturers, and they're having a circle jerk of money and power, so they buy the Republicans to vote against the will of even the majority of Republicans and NRA members. The people who should have the ethics complaint against them are these guys. But no, it's the oldest Republican trick in the book. Go on the offense and accuse the other side of the exact thing that you're guilty of. Well, guess what? We see through it now.